Hey guys, welcome back to Semperfimechanics Mechanic. My name's Thomas, and today's video we're heading over here to look at a 2013 Chevy Spark. We're going to be performing a diagnosis. Customer stated that they've lost power when they took it to AutoZone. The codes that came up was transmission codes and also speed sensor. We're going to head over there, do this diagnosis. So if you want to join me on another mobile mechanic workday, stay tuned because we're starting right now. Alright, should be pulling up here. Just thinking about Columbus, man. All these damn roads look the same. Let's see, 64. Looking for number 64.
Your destination is on the left.
Let's see, there's 64 right there, so I'm assuming it's in the back. Thing is, there's not a lot of parking out here on the front streets, so people have to park in the back. So that makes it a little more difficult to find too. You gotta find the front of the house, then you gotta find the alley that's behind it as well. And then remember how far down it was. It can't be that one, it has to be this one, yeah. All right guys, I'm gonna jump off here, talk to the customer and then get set up. You see the door raising now. All right, so we're on scene. Like I said, we got the 2013 Chevy Spark. We just talked to the customer again. And what she said was that a couple days ago, she was driving and she lost power. Now, the car didn't shut completely off. It just bogged down and she couldn't go above 30 miles an hour. The vehicle wouldn't shift. It was just what we call limp mode. And what it is it means the vehicle's not receiving the right information, so it's putting itself into protection mode. They drove it over to AutoZone. They had them codes pulled and they came up with a transmission control module code, also speed sensor control. Now, not a wheel speed sensor control, but the speed sensor that's in your transmission. So it was two transmission codes. All they did was erase the codes at AutoZone. This was 2 or 3 days ago. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hook up our nifty little code reader, which is the Ancel FX2000. I'll have this in the video description with a discount code if you guys want to pick this up. I think with my code, we can get it for probably, I don't know, about 120 bucks. So pretty good deal. And this is a good one. Like I said, we can look at transmissions, airbags, like all kinds of stuff with this. So anyway, we're going to see if we can pull any codes and then we'll take a little test drive, see if we can come up with something. Our labor charge for a diagnosis is $100. A diagnosis I always charge is 1 hour labor. And our hourly labor rate right now is $100. It might be a very easy day. We'll see. So I'll have to look it up real quick, figure out how to check the transmission fluid. Because anytime you have transmission problems or these codes or anything, a lot of times dirty transmission fluid or low transmission fluid can cause these situations. All right, so where's it at? That's our little plug-in right there. And as you guys know, I am not very thin. Not tall, I'm only 5'9", but rocking about 280 pounds. A dad bod right here. Let's figure this shit out. How about you? All right, this is from the beginning. Here we go. Processing. Let's see what kind of codes we got. We got something going on here. Read code. ECU1. We got P0700 transmission control system. So even though they don't have a check engine light, that's why you always use the code reader, because even though there's not a light, the code's still in the system. All right, so let's go back one. Go down here to ECU2. Let's see, right there. And this one is output speed sensor circuit, no signal. See, that was the speed sensor I was telling you about. For us to change that speed sensor, we'd have to jack the car up, drain all the fluid out, take the pan off. The TCM, I think, is in the way as well. Remove that, and the sensor is right there. And then we would take that out, and once we got there, we could test it or just change it, you know. But just from working on vehicles enough, I have ran across this problem with these vehicles. And the other times, it was the output speed sensor that needed changed. Instead of pulling code, we can go over here to scan. What are we sitting in? We're sitting in a GM. All right, diagnose, hit that. Manually select. Go down to 2013, enter, passenger car truck. We're in a passenger car. We're in a Chevrolet, and we're in a Chevrolet Spark. Go down to Spark. This is the stuff smaller code readers can't access. We want to go into TCM here. because that's where we was having problems. This is engine identifier. Bunch of options here, and I don't know what our engine is. Friends, we're gonna have to figure this stuff out. You always go up to your sticker here, and it'll tell you. If you just look at the group, it'll tell you. So it's a 1.2 liter. Let's go back to our little code reader. Let's see. All right, well, we figured out we're the 1.2 liter LLO. So we're gonna enter. Let's go down to data streams. Let's see, we want some transmission data. Yes, we do. All right, select data stream. No, we don't care about that or the vehicle speed, ignition. Nope. Okay, here we go. Transmission fluid temperature. Input shaft speed and output shaft speed. See, ours is the transmission output shaft, so we're on the right place. All right, let's go ahead and click all these bitches. And here we go. Let's check it out. The fluid is 72 degrees. Transmission input shaft is 623. So the output shaft usually are on the same. You can see it's a 0 RPM. Transmission range is switch. It is in park. Let's put it in reverse to see if it switches. Yep, so it's reading it in live. See the input shaft, I'll rev it up. And you can see it's reading perfectly, but the output shaft is still at 0. So boys and girls, that confirms it right there. We need to replace the output shaft speed sensor. I did not think I'd be able to read that on my code reader. I thought I would have to actually go down there, drain the fluid, get all the way down there, and then test it with a multimeter, test the ground, and then check the ohms reading on the sensor. So we're gonna go ahead and look it up, come up with a price, and then let the customer know and see what they want to do. We just talked to the customer, told her the diagnosis. She needed to replace the output shaft speed sensor. Told her it wasn't in stock, that we would have to order it. The price I gave her for this is about $340. That's parts and labor. And what that is the part is about $100 for the speed sensor. Also, we got to drain the transmission fluid. So we have to put new transmission fluid in. So say $150 in parts and charging her about 2 hours labor, which is $200, right? So we're looking at about $350 total. So that's it for this video. That's a diagnosis of a 2013 Chevy Spark with transmission problems. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're at 3,800. Our goal is 4,000 in the next 2 weeks, so we need to really step it up. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can donate to my Cash App and PayPal. All the money goes back into this truck right here. This is our mobile mechanic vehicle. We're working slowly on it. Remember, transmission's out, our third gear's out. Suspension problems. We need tires. Anybody that's got a hookup on tires, Semperfimechanics at gmail.com. Let me know if you got a hookup with the tires. Also, if you want to donate some tools, you guys can send anything extra that you want. My address is in the video description. I'll bring it up right here. The tools we need right now are for diagnostic testing. Something like a compression tester. If you guys have a non-contact thermometer, if you have a coolant pressure testing, anything to do with diagnosing vehicles would be a plus. And that's some of the stuff that we really need. But I appreciate you guys riding with me on another mobile mechanic work day. I love you guys very much. And like we always say, Semper Fi till next time.